Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to show you what I picked up during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. Now I know there's still a couple of days of the sale left, but most of what I was interested in was early enough that it's all arrived at my house already. And I wanted to just chat about it, put on some makeup, a little skincare, and talk about it with you. So thank you for watching and thank you for being subscribed. So the first thing I want to talk about is this little beauty right here. I am in love with this. I picked up 2 jars of this. This was on the first Monday of the sale. This is the Peach and Lily Matcha Pudding Antioxidant Green. I just dropped it and it all kind of fell to the side. But it's just a moisturizer. It's beautiful. It's my favorite non-winter moisturizer. And I say non-winter because in the winter my skin needs a little bit more. But what I love about this is it doesn't really have a real heavy scent to it, and it smells kind of, I don't know, it smells like skincare. It doesn't have like a scent, it doesn't smell, and I don't know, maybe it smells like matcha. My skin went from feeling really dry to super moisturized, and it just feels soft and plump. I love this. This is normally $40 and you get 1.7 ounces in here. Normally, face creams come in 1 ounce jars. You're getting 1.7, and I still feel like when you're getting more than 1.5 ounces and they're charging you $40, that's still a good deal. But when I could get this at $20 a jar, I picked up 2. One of the other things I picked up during the sale is this lip scrub from Sara Happ. I haven't actually opened it or used it. I got the brown sugar one because the one that I wanted in pink grapefruit was sold out already. And I was like, oh, I should have been a little quicker on the draw. But let's put some of this on. Oh, it smells amazing. All right, so I'm just gonna, oh, it's kind of stiff. It's okay. We'll get a little out and not be too much. It says to take a generous amount and rub it into your lips in a circular motion, so. You know what's great about this is I feel like not only are my lips exfoliated, but they're also kind of invigorated. Like I feel like there's a lot of blood in my lips, and the tingling is probably from the exfoliation process, but I feel like it makes my lips look a little plumper. I don't know if it's long lasting, but I kind of like this. While I'm putting the rest of my face on, I am just going to put on a lip gloss. This is one from Juvia's Place. This is the color Cils, and I just need a little bit of moisture on my lips, and this will do pretty good. I also picked up the new creamy concealer from Tarte. This is their creamy Shape Tape. I used to love Shape Tape when I was in my 30s and my under eyes were not in a different state that they are now. But I already tried this when it first came. I was like, I need to know. And it's creamier. It's creamier. If you're curious, I wear the shade 16 Fair Light Neutral. I just don't feel like it does a really good job of covering up blemishes. And I'm using it to intensify my coverage of Estee Lauder's Double Wear. I have just one pump thinly all over the face. And I was hoping to get better coverage to hide hyperpigmentation spots, because that's what I use a concealer for. You know, corners of my nose where I have some additional redness. I feel like the color match is good. Now, I can't give you a full-on review, but I have worn this a couple of times, and I'll tell you, it is more hydrating. It is creamier than the original version of Shape Tape, but there are other concealers that I feel like work better under my eyes still. I feel like overall it does a pretty good job. If I turn down, you can still see some of the dark circles underneath my eyes, but this kind of bothers me because I remember Shape Tape being like, it can cover anything. Like all my sins are forgiven. Shape Tape is here to the rescue. And I feel like this doesn't have the same level of coverage, and I could be wrong, but I'm gonna put another tiny little dollop here. I don't want to put too much on, and then just see if I can lightly, without taking away coverage, blend it in. I still feel like it's really visible. This is what I want Shape Tape to do, and I'm kind of surprised. I'm never going to completely be able to get rid of the texture that you have when there's a bump and a blemish, but I want the discoloration, the redness. And this one's already on its way down, so it's kind of turning slightly mottled and purple on me, but I don't want it to be like poking through, and I feel like with the Shape Tape, I wasn't getting enough coverage. Oddly enough, I ended up not reaching for a different concealer. I just picked this up. This is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I have the shade 2 and the smallest little blob of it, and it's gone. That's what I want. I want it not to be there. I am delighted to try this. This is Beauty Bakerie's Better Not Bitter Flower Setting Powder. Oh, and I got the shade Oat, which is their translucent. I like how it comes in this little bag so it looks like an actual container of flour from the grocery store. Look, it even has like nutritional facts, vegan 100%, 0 calories, 0 gluten. It's lightweight mattifying and no flashback. I love that it has a sifter cover so you can cover up the sifter and nothing comes out. Oh, that's one of my favorite things ever that a powder can do. All right, I'm just gonna tip some into the cap. I'm gonna use this little tiny brush here and I'm gonna set under the eyes with this. I always like to see what a powder does. Oh, the Shape Tape is settling ever so slightly into my crinkles. I've had worse. So I'll tap it out and then brush this here and then the same on the lid here. I'm gonna pick up a slightly larger brush just to hit the rest of my face with. I feel like this is the perfect color for me. It's a little bit more matte than I usually like to look, which is why I prefer kind of a glowy powder, but I feel like it's not aging me, it's not making me look older or drier, but I think it all also comes down to how it wears. There's a lot of powders though that I have tried in the past where the instant you put it on, it's like, oh, maybe this was not where I needed to go today. Okay, this was not on sale, but I happened to get it the one day that I walked into my local Ulta. It's a Super Shock from Colourpop. I haven't had a blush. I have highlights and I have eyeshadows, but I haven't had a blush in years. And this one is in the shade Count Me In. So I thought we'd just throw this on today. It's always so satisfying to see the print, but goodbye print. We're picking up color. It's a really pretty peachy shade. The one thing that I've always liked about the Super Shock blushes is that they're not so creamy that they can't go over a set face. There are some other products that I have that are more cream that really feel like I'd be taking my makeup life in its hands if I were to put it over a set face. And this one, I feel like it works really well and it's super pretty. I probably shouldn't have picked up 2, but I got 2 of the Nabla palettes. I have never tried any Nabla makeup, and I have heard nothing but good things about their formulation when it comes to eyeshadows. They're just a really intriguing brand to me. I'm dying to try their bronzers and highlights, especially their highlights, but I picked up 2. This is the Platinum palette. Ooh, so pretty. And it looks like this. But I think the one I want to use today is the Metropolitan. Oh. All right, let's use this. I'm going to start with this peachy shade here called Nothing Personal. It's kind of a bright shade, but I'm going to put this. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of. This is like a spring. It's like calling my name, like in an eyeshadow right here. I was kind of debating between this one and I think the Coral palette is the other one that I kind of had my eye on. I thought this might push myself just a little bit more outside of my regular makeup comfort zone with this bright corally pink shade. I think I picked up more this year during the sale than I did last year. I think part of that is because I had budgeted money for the sale this year, where last year I hadn't. And there were some things, like especially these eyeshadow palettes, you know, products that were really intriguing to me that I really wanted to try. I'm going to go into this darkest shade here called Lord. I'm just going to pick it up. It's going to be really intense if I'm not careful, so I'm going to knock off any extra and kind of just build this here in the outer corner by tapping. Still using the same brush. This shade here in Love Resin looks really, ooh, so pretty. I don't know if I need a brush or just a finger, and kind of tapping this a little bit over that matte brown. Not quite all the way over the, oh, that's beautiful. It also feels slightly, I don't know, it has almost a Super Shock quality to it. Not that it's bouncy, but it has an interesting texture to the feel of it. It's kind of creamy, but not creamy. I don't know, it's a bit of an enigma in a shadow. I'm just gonna blend where it goes into the next color so I don't have a weird line of demarcation. And I'm really curious about this. This is a different feeling altogether. What? This one's called Dissolution. Oh my goodness, is that real? Oh, I have a little bit of glitter fallout, but it's easy to flick away. Just a clean, fluffy brush. I wonder what happens if I pick this up with my brush. I feel like it applies well that way too. I'm going to take a mix of these two matte shades, this Lord and Nothing Personal, on kind of a more pointed brush. This is the Sonia G crease one, and I'm not going to use it in my crease, I'm going to use it in my lower lash line. I like it because just the very end of this brush is really soft, and the bristles are so flexible, and it's great for just kind of smudging out a look without getting it too heavy. I'm dying to try this white shade here called Alaska. What do you look like? Oh, beautiful. It has almost like a blue reflect to it. Let's put a little bit of that in my inner corner. No, it's pink. A pinky, there's a little bit of blue. It's a pinky blue. Oh, my goodness. Love this palette. The only one that I haven't put my finger in is this one here. This one's called Anomalia. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to. I'm going to wipe it off right here on the towel in my lap, and let's move on. One of the other items on sale was this. This is the 24-hour eyeliner from Persona. It's the waterproof eyeliner, and I have the shade brown. I thought, I was a little sure I'd gotten the shade, like their burgundy shade, but ooh, this is super like glidey. It just like, whoop, it just glides super easy. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this on my upper lash line, right next to the lashes. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this in my upper waterline. My curiosity is, if I blink, will it transfer to the lower? Let's find out. I have been dying to try a colored mascara. Again, the last time I bought colored mascara, I remember it was when Benefit rolled out their, was it their Bad Gal? Oh, I forget which one it was, but they rolled out a blue version of a mascara, and I was like, yes! Reminded me so much of like the 80s and early 90s. But this is just your regular L'Oreal Voluminous in deep burgundy, and I thought it would look really pretty. Oh, you know what I forgot? Stop right there. I also picked up the Lancome Cils Booster during the sale. I love this. This is a brand new tube. Okay, more volume. There is a L'Oreal Voluminous primer. So if you don't want to pay the Lancome prices, this is normally like $26, $27. I got it on sale for 50% off, and I always buy it when it's on sale because I'm not going to pay 20 whatever for a primer, but I really do like this one. Time to put this on now. I have really been intrigued by colorful mascaras for such a long time, and this one is not like a bright purple or a bright like cerulean blue that would be super visible. It's just a little bit that would give it kind of like an interesting, slightly different edgy lean to it. I didn't realize that L'Oreal's Voluminous line had a lot, I think there's 8 different colors. I think there's black and like extra black. And then they have some other fun colors. This burgundy was calling my name. I had hoped that I'd picked up the burgundy liner. Of course, I just got boring brown, but I love a brown liner. I feel like you can see it more on the bottom lash line than you can on the top. And it could be because I already have a lot of color going on the top lid, so the lashes don't stand out as much. I wonder if this would look a lot more dramatic if I wasn't wearing any significant color. I'm gonna finish it up with some recent purchases. I already did a video on this. I will link it for you up here. But these are the Juvia's Place lip products. I got their matte lipstick. The first color I got, I think was called Mode. And it was just a little, it was something I knew I wasn't gonna use. So I swapped it out for this. This is Kebby. I love this shade. This is definitely the shade of lipstick that I like. And it's definitely one that I will use more than the one I originally picked up. But this is $14. It's not on sale during the sale, but it's one of the extra things like this that I picked up and like this when I was in there getting a few other things. I really like the way this look turned out. I think it's really pretty. I really love the eyeshadow. So much do I love the eyeshadow. It makes me super curious to play with this. Oh, that makes me so happy. Here are the swatches. This silver is almost like a mirror. But the rest of them have a really pretty shift to them. And I feel like the colors in here are going to be really fun. And I really have been enjoying cooler toned eyeshadows, but I will definitely pull this out for an upcoming video. I have been so impressed with this. I have been getting some glitter fallout from this and from the white shade. And I think it's because I set my concealer. And I think next time I'm not going to put anything on my eyes other than a eyeshadow primer and see if it holds it together a little bit better. You might find a rogue particle here or there or like around my chin, but I was able to dust most of them away. But I think it would have better longevity with this palette if I were to actually use an eyeshadow primer and leave it sticky so that I could have things adhere to it, especially with those more micro glitter shades. But this, I love the eye look, and in these colors here really excite me. I feel like I was really careful in my purchasing decisions. I was picking up things I knew I used regularly. I was picking up products that I had been curious about, things that people had made recommendations to me for on my channel. I had a viewer ask if I was going to be trying and reviewing this, and I had already had it on my list, especially when I saw it on there. And then I just kind of let myself and be a little bit indulgent by getting 2 palettes. Now, I tell myself it's okay because I've been curious about the brand. I want to try the brand. And it's the exact sort of palette I would love because it's minimal shades. It's, you know, color stories that I'm intrigued with right now, this, and I am loving this so much. And then it was nice to be able to try out products from brands that I wanted to try, and I don't have anything from Persona. I don't have anything from Beauty Bakerie. I feel like I made some good decisions overall. I don't really think I'm gonna pick up anything throughout the rest of the sale unless this coming Saturday's Secret Steal is like amazing and I need to have it. But I think the rest, I'm gonna pretty much be done for the sale. But let me know, did you pick up anything during the Ulta sale? Are you planning to? Is there anything that, you know, on this day, this is the thing that I live for? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know also if you decided to skip the sale and what kind of brought you to it. Was it what was on sale? Or was it more along the lines of I'm just not buying anything at all right now? Let me know in the comments down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon.